Well, good afternoon, Hapless Pickers. It's Hap. And today I have a Master lock that's just arrived in the mail. This is a Master Pro Series 6842 brass padlock. It's a Keek cylinder type 1, and it has a Schlage core in it right now. This was sent to me without keys, and it looks like it was in service somewhere. It's got some dings and dents and stuff on it. Yeah, this is actually a very heavy lock, and I'm kind of impressed with its feel and fit and finish. I mean, it is a Master lock, but it's a Pro Series 6842. These are actually kind of nice. These aren't too bad. So, let's get ahead with the picking on this. Master's Pro Series is actually kind of an anomaly in the Master line. They tend to be not badly made locks. They're pretty good, and they have usually some sort of Keek core or replaceable core. Wow, this core is actually just swinging free. That's weird. Oh, I'm gonna rotate that right around. Oh, and she opened. Is this even pinned? Maybe I should take a look at these locks before I actually start picking them. No, this isn't even pinned. Is it going to come out? No, it's not going to come out. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at here. Alright, well, there you go. I'm so good at that picking, I can just pick it right open. What is down there? Oh, looks like a hex of some sort. And I'll just see what we have for the hexes. My luck, it'll probably be something weird. I think Master locks, they are SAEs, so let's try a 7/64. So my metric hex heads are probably not going to work. So much for the Veras today. But I have cheap SAE Allen keys, and these tend to work pretty well on stuff like this. Hey, there you go. First try. That's the one. Alright, what are we looking at here? Okay, so the three parts came out. It's just a standard insert there. There's the screw that actually holds this holder, which goes around the Keek cylinder, like so, and that's what holds it in there. It's just a standard kick. It's got a crosshatch on the back, which is interesting, which goes into this actuator. And that actuator is what actually opens and unlocks the lock. So, circlip is holding that on. Oh, did you hear that? That just locked up. Now that's interesting. It is pinned. I think it just got sent to me in an unlocked state. It is fully pinned. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, it's got 5 pins in it. Okay, well, let's do away with the padlock, and let's actually pick the cylinder. How about that? Screw the padlock. Let's go to the lock. Okay. I love my little vise here. This is a pan of ice, but, oh geez, that's the actuator. This is a pan of ice, but I've actually just put a standard photographer's pipe clamp on it. The core is turning freely, and it clamps up everything round and holds it very tightly, and it's a nice compact form factor, and it fits nicely in the hand here. So, let's go ahead and pick this, as we were going to before. Okay, 1 squishy, 2 squishy, 3 squishy, 4 squishy, 5 squishy, 6 is binding. Let's pick 6. Ooh, 6 is deep. Okay, let's come back here. 5 is squishy, 4 squishy, 3 squishy, 6 squishy. Wait, I'm counting backwards. 3, 2 is squishy, and 1 is binding now. Okay, 1 just stopped binding for some reason, is now squishy itself. I'm going to use a different word. It's now springy. How about that? 2 is kind of binding. I think we just sent I don't know what 2 is doing now. Now 2 is not binding anymore. That's weird. 3 is squishy. Sorry, springy. I forgot I was going to switch words. 4 is squishy, and something just fell. Oh, I think it was that 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to recock here because I don't know where I am. I lost myself, and I was counting backwards and forwards simultaneously. Okay, 6 was the one that was binding first last time, so let's go straight to 6. Yeah, 6 is binding. And it's very deep. Very high cut. So let's pick 6. Now 5 is binding. Also a very high cut, it feels like. Wow, okay. 4 is binding. Yeah, 4 is very high as well. Huh. 3 is binding. 3 is very high. 2 is very high. 1 is still squishy. Springy. I don't know. That's interesting. So everything's very high in this lock. I have a funny feeling this lock might be... Oh, that's really weird. Okay, 1 is very high too. And everything just kind of tumbled again. I feel like I'm oversetting everything though. But I don't think I am. Something weird's going on here, folks. Something very weird is going on here. I wonder if this is some sort of challenge lock or something. I know the person who sent it to me, he's a eBay seller, but I bought a lot of stuff off him, but I don't think he would send me a challenge lock necessarily. I mean, he knows what I'm doing with them, but I don't think that was his goal here. But, you know, that feels like I'm oversetting everything. Can't all be that high. Or can it? Stop the presses, folks. I'm going to try something here. This is a blank key. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. I think what we're looking at here is a 0-bitted lock. Let's confirm this. This may be a really dull video. Really not a lot of picking just happened here. Okay, we add a circlip here. Let us remove this one. Okay. And there's a nasty gap right here, so I'm actually going to shim it. Right. Hopefully you have the key in there, Hap. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, look at that going. Okay, so shim is to the front. There we go. And let's push it out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, drop our shim. Here, look at that. Look at that. Do you see what I see? These are all 0 cuts. Yeah. It's a 0 and a standard, 0 and a standard. Whoops. That's actually... I mean, not that it matters. They're all going to be the same, it looks like. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, doesn't matter because they are all the same, folks. going to go with probably all just standards up in here. Yep, standard, 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 standard. Oops. Also, I wasn't picking pin 6, I just realized. I only felt 5 pins. Whoops. Oh, wow. That just shot out on me there. Didn't expect that. Spring, you get back in. I don't care about you. And standard. And the springs are all probably going to be pretty standard in the same too, so I'll just leave them in there. Okay. So what are we looking at here? We are looking at all the same 0-bitted pins, key pins, and all the same standard driver pins. So this is a 0-bitted lock, and there's a dog hair on there. Just get that out of the way. This is a 0-bitted lock, is what this is. So this is probably how it got sent from the manufacturer. It's like a sub-assembled. And let me just confirm these are zeros. Okay, so this will be Schlage. Nope. There's not Schlage. Schlage is red, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So this is a key pin gauge, and what this tells you is because Schlage pins run in a very specific increment. So if you grab a pin and we take it down here and we look to see where it's going to fit, and these are actually master wafers on this side. This is going to be a 0 cut. See, a 0 cut pin, and that is exactly what that is. It's slightly less than a 0 cut. It's rocking a little bit, or I've probably worn this gauge out because I've used this gauge quite a bit. So yeah, see, 0 cut. That is exactly where that pin fits. Way too big for there, and so that is that. Well, now, what should we do about this? Well, I have an idea, and I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, alright, I'm back, and I have done something horrible. So I grabbed this SE6 or SE4 key that I had cut sitting around for another project. It's got a really nice deep one right in front there. And actually it's got a really high one, and then a really deep one, and then a bunch of like miscellaneous ones out there. I think it's a 174426, I think is what I'm looking at. So I grabbed the pins for it. It's a 174426. So this key is actually going this way. And then, oh my, what did I do? These are all the old pins that I took out. What did I do to myself here? I have got some really nasty pins. I dove into my gross box of things, of key pins, and I pulled out, I think these are one of the Lock Noob's chess pins. I'm not sure. I'm going to stick it in that orientation going down. This is just a standard serrated. This is a lovely little mushroom pin, which I'm going to stick going downwards. This is a nice spool, and it's got a very fine serration on it that doesn't quite go all the way around. So I'm actually going to stick the serration at the top and leave the thin end of the spool down. I've got a little double-ended barrel pin here. I can go back away. And then this is actually a homemade one of mine. Deep spool. It's just, this is gross. And they have a tendency to snap off in the lock too when they're that thin. It's one of the ones I homemade. And these things can, even when they snap, they're still usable. And they just turn into the grossest pins in the world to pick. So I'm going to pin that up and put it back in this lock. And I'll probably do a follow-up video on that shortly. Anyhow, thanks for sticking with me on this weird video where nothing really got picked or happened. So, thanks a lot. This is Hap. Happy picking, and I'll see you on the part 2.